Roblox Floor 3. Roblox Floor 3. Roblox Floor 3. Bro, Doors Floor 2 literally just came out not even a month ago, and you're telling me there's already major hype about Doors Floor 3? To even people creating full-out concepts and models for the castle as well? Well, what if I told you even the developers already hinted about Doors Floor 3, and what could this mean when it comes to its release? So you better like and subscribe, especially if you want this floor to come out. First, we gotta start with all of these trailers within the community. There's been at least a dozen of them that came out of nowhere within my YouTube feed, and some of them are actually on par with the developer's trailer for Floor 2. But this first one, simply titled Doors Floor 3 Trailer by Authentic, was our first taste of what the castle would look like. Diving into the trailer does showcase the ending of Doors Floor 2, especially when the Green Grumble gets infected by Seek. But then the screen turns red as you see a welcome back screen, followed by a giant model of the Green Grumble in their infected state. They are back, and this time showcasing multiple gate-like structures, which does resemble the opening gates within the castle, as we can see here from the classified map files. Nowhere to run, as the trailer shows yet another look at the entrance to the castle, and also nowhere to hide, which then precedes the trailer to tease at a potential future entity to grab the player. Doors Floor 3 The Castle, January 25. But wait just a second. You guys may be wondering where exactly did they source this infected Green Grumble video, and it actually comes from another concept video, which is its own unique cutscene. In this one, you can notice Seek slime starts to emerge from the ocean as the Green Grumble makes its way towards the castle of Floor 3. As many fans do state, it could actually go with the lore a lot, especially since Screeches are linked versions of Giggles, so when Seek infected the Green Grumble, she's now a larger version of Screech. Now going forward, things do get even more insane. There has been multiple versions of animations being created for the castle within the ending of Floor 2, and some of these will blow your mind, especially with the first one created by Doors Master that shows some insane visuals of them walking around the castle, and especially with upscale graphics, it makes the game feel a lot like Doors. They were also even able to check out the Jeff's shop, as they did have several items that are currently in Doors Floor 2, but then they proceed to go through a door which then leads to the outside portion of the castle as they light up wooden stakes on the ground in order to resurrect something. Taking a look behind the castle back in Floor 2 map doesn't showcase anything major, but based on the sizes of these towers, something like this could be very possible. But what's insane is that Master then had to grab the crucifix with a Seek eye as it was chained by mischievous light, the red version of the guiding light that is usually associated with the modifiers within the game, which then leads the corpse of the Green Grumble to fall into the scene, with Seek emerging and starting another chase sequence. That's pretty insane, but it gets even better. Diving into the Seek chase not only shows even more footage of what the walls of the castle would look like, but there's even Seek arms that would occasionally fall through the walls and block certain sections at the last second. Again, you'd really have to follow the guiding light if you want to be able to escape this version of Seek. But after successfully outrunning Seek, you have a big dramatic entrance with the Green Grumble breaking down the door, and this time Seek is on top controlling them. This will then start another chase sequence, though I will say the way the Green Grumble moves around in this part is a bit goofy. But the big surprise is that Jeff actually gets huge and angry because, well, everyone knows Jeff loves his shop, and even El Goblino said to not make him angry, as many bad things will happen. But luckily, the guiding light does come to the rescue, effectively trapping Seek and the Green Grumble behind the previous room. Diving deeper within the castle does show even more amazing visuals and renders of Doors Floor 3, as even the background ambient sound of the castle makes it even more scarier than the mines within Floor 2. Up to Door 209 shows yet more treasure chests and rooms, as they are able to make it deeper and deeper within the castle, assuming that these may be linked to some type of treasure rooms which castles usually have. But the coolest room does appear at door 210, where a large double staircase shows up with a strange course effect. Here you can notice a book that is similar to the code sheet from the library, and once taken, an event triggers as many smaller spiders start chasing the player out of the room as they try to retreat back to safety. They did end up showing more new physics, such as the ability to move barrels out of their way to make up a route, to even some of the rooms turning completely upside down, as the player would then have to reorientate themselves in order to survive and get back to the guiding light barrier room. But as you can see, the guiding light isn't able to hold them back for super long, and that's where the series ends at the moment. Honestly, huge shoutouts to Doors Master, as these animations do give an amazing look of really what Floor 3 will look like. But it gets even crazier. Players were then able to create actual sets and game models based on Floor 3, including this one that is actually severely underrated with only 3,000 visits. And as you can see, it's very similar and resembles the current Doors lobby extremely well. You can also notice the castle door entrance, as it features many of Seek's eyes, but the real fun begins when we dive into the elevator and load Doors Floor 3. You instantly get teleported into a more suitable version of just how the real Floor 3 will look like, as it features multiple castle courtyards within the first couple of rooms. It really got the scenery of the castle locked down, especially with the layout of the acids and also all the fire torches around. And they even added in some paintings within the walls to keep the original game style alive. And yes, if you do fall down on the walkway, you will get a game over screen. Honestly though, an amazing concept being created by the community, as it really deserves more attention due to the amount of work being put in. Okay, but Captain, you did mention that even the developers had something to say about Doors Floor 3. Actually, yes I did, and we've even made another video about it in case you guys didn't know, but basically the developers did end up noting that they had to rewrite the game's code in order to streamline future updates much faster, so we can expect to see the real version of Floor 3 to come out as soon as the next couple months if they work hard. I mean, you already have amazing fan-made creations of the new floor being out, as it only took them merely weeks in order to put all of this stuff together. So the developers with their team should be able to do some amazing stuff, especially if they're able to take some inspiration from the fans within the community, as we're all witnessing at the moment. They did say they haven't started work yet, but soon they should be. Are you excited for Floor 3? Like and subscribe and take care.